Hello everyone, myself Kalal from Alger Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today I discuss vapor absorption refrigeration system, lecture number 18, part 2. In lecture number 17 and part 1, we discuss difference between EARS and VCRS and theoretical vapor absorption system, simple vapor absorption system or theoretical vapor absorption system. Okay, and the properties of refrigerant absorbent combination mixture. Now, in this lecture, I discuss practical vapor absorption refrigeration system, Electrolux refrigerator, and lithium bromide absorption refrigeration system. Okay. This figure is a practical vapor absorption refrigeration system. Okay. The changes from theoretical vapor absorption refrigeration system. Here we use analyzer, rectifier, and two heat exchanger. And two heat exchanger are used. Okay. This is the different from theoretical vapor absorption system. Okay. So discuss one by one. So here discuss from condenser. After condenser, the weight vapor is going into the receiver where weight vapor is stored, and after then this weight vapor that means phase changes, some liquid and vapor particles are mixture, that is known as a weight vapor, and then it is going into the heat exchanger. Because here after condenser pressure is high pressure and temperature. Okay, so temperature, and in heat exchanger it exchange their heat from after evaporator. Okay, after evaporator, the phase of the refrigerant is vapor. Okay, phase of the refrigerant is vapor. So in this, vapor is transformed in heat exchanger, and here weight mixture of liquid refrigerant comes from the condenser, mostly liquid. The liquid refrigerant comes from the condenser. Here both heat are exchanger each other. What here the heat transferred from this liquid refrigerant to the vapor refrigerant. That's why this vapor phases increases, that is in superheated condition. That's why it is used in absorber. So here main thing is that heat is transferred from, in heat exchanger, heat is transferred from liquid refrigerant to the this vapor refrigerant. Okay, because it is a low temperature vapor. Because it is a low temperature vapor and it is a high temperature vapor, due to temperature difference, heat is transferred from this liquid refrigerant to the this vapor refrigerant. Then this liquid refrigerant, low temperature passed into expansion valve and then evaporator, where heat is absorbed from the desired place and then passing into the heat exchanger and going to the absorber. In absorber, that ammonia vapor, NH3 ammonia vapor is absorbed by water. Here water is filled, water, low temperature water, low temperature water. So this is vapor ammonia is mixed with this water, low temperature water, and make strong solution. This strong solution of vapor ammonia and water passed into the heat exchanger through the pump with the help of pump. In pump, pressure is increases, and in this heat exchanger, heat is transferred from this high temperature strong solution to this weak solution. The function of heat exchanger here, heat is transferred from strong solution to the weak solution. Then after the heat exchanger, this strong solution passed into the analyzer, where water vapor or droplets, is separated here in analyzer, because in analyzer some plates is arranged like this. Then so vapor are extracted, water vapor are extracted, and only ammonia and water vapor also separated by a generator where heating coil heat is supplied it, where heat is supplied it. So only ammonia is passed into the rectifier. The rectifier, other name of rectifier is dehydrator, where some portion or some particle of water vapor if remaining, that also extracted from this ammonia vapor, with the help of rectifier, and again it gives to the analyzer. So in generator, again weak solution comes again through the pressure reducing valve to the observer. So with the help of pressure regulating valve to the observer. Weak, why it is known as weak solution? Because here some amount or some portion of ammonia is represent in the water vapor. That's why it is known as a weak solution. Okay. Then pure ammonia vapor is drawn into the condenser, where phase change of ammonia occurs, where this vapor ammonia is converted into liquid ammonia, with the help of cooling water. Condenser is a type of heat exchanger. Okay, so here two heat exchanger are used: heat exchanger 1 and heat exchanger 2. This heat exchanger is a function is that heat is transferred from liquid ammonia to the vapor ammonia because temperature is low. Here, the strong solution of strong solution of ammonia water, heat ammonia water of transferred to the weak solution of ammonia water. Okay, this is the cycle of vapor absorption refrigeration system. This is the practical cycle. Okay, next. Electrolux refrigerator system. Electrolux refrigerator system. It is also known as a three-fluid refrigerant system. Three-fluid refrigerant system. Why it is known as three-fluid refrigerant system? Because here three types of refrigerant or fluid are used. Three types of fluid are used. One is ammonia, which is refrigerant. H2. It is also for increase the evaporation rate, and other is H2. H2O, that is a water as a absorbent. Okay, H2O as an absorbent, ammonia as a refrigerant, and H2 as a evaporation, to increase the evaporation rate of ammonia. And this cycle is also called gravity-based cycle. And in this cycle, no pump is required. No pump is required. Again, this cycle is also known as a constant pressure cycle, because everywhere pressure is a constant. Everywhere pressure is a constant. Okay. So how this cycle works? So let's start from evaporator. From evaporator, then ammonia liquid from condenser, going into the evaporator. In the evaporator, already H2 gas are present. Which H2 gas increase the evaporation rate of this ammonia liquid. This ammonia liquid is converted into vapor form with the help of with the absorbing of desired place of heat. Heat is absorbed from desired place and converted into vapor. So after evaporated is passed into the absorber, where ammonia and H2 mixer are mixed here, and H2, the function of hydrogen in this evaporator to maintain a constant pressure as well as increase the rate of evaporation of vapor ammonia. That's why its function is a very important thing. And this absorber here passed into this one. So here in absorber, low temperature water is there. That's why ammonia is mixed with water and make a strong solution. But H2 gas is cannot mix with the water, that is separated, and again it return to the evaporator, because it is a gas, so density difference, it is going into the again evaporator. This is the function of H2. Okay. Then after absorber, strong solution of ammonia water is drawn into the generator, where external heat is supplied. That's why ammonia is separated and water remains present here, and then it is excluded. That ammonia and water vapor, some particles of water vapor passed into the water separator, because some amount of water vapor particles present in this vapor ammonia. Okay, vapor ammonia going upward direction because of less density. Okay. Here in water separator, some water particles are separated from the ammonia, and remaining ammonia vapor is transferred to the condenser, and weak solution of ammonia water is returned back to the absorber. This cycle is a total gravity-based cycle or constant pressure device cycle. The main question arises that the function of H2 here, and this cycle is three fluid system cycle, because here three fluid are used. Clear, everyone? Okay. So for the next, we move on the next topic, that is a lithium bromide refrigeration system. Okay, this is a very important cycle, lithium bromide absorption refrigeration system. In this cycle, water as a refrigerant and lithium bromide used as a absorbent. Lithium bromide as a absorbent. Okay, how this cycle works? That starting from the evaporator. In the evaporator, water is present. This water takes heat from desired place, that is a cooling. We can say in this pipe, in this duct, we passed milk which we want to chiller. So this heat transferred to this water, and water liquid converted into vapor. This vapor is passed into the absorber, where in the red color lithium bromide is present. In this lithium bromide, water vapor which comes from the evaporator is mixture. So here strong solution occurs of water plus lithium bromide solution. This strong solution passed into the generator, where passed into the generator. Okay. Here, a strong solution of lithium bromide and water vapor. So we supply heat. So that water particles is a flash off. So boiling point is 100 degree, and lithium bromide is a more. That's why firstly vapor particles of water is flash off, and it's going to the condenser. Where it condenses and converted into the liquid water, and through the expansion valve pressure is dropped. Function of the expansion valve to drop a pressure of the liquid water, and then it is again going to the evaporator in form of liquid water. So here only just ammonia is present here at high temperature ammonia. This high temperature liquid ammonia is passed into the pump, through the pump to the again absorber. But here we put heat exchanger between pump and absorber. The function of heat exchanger to drop the temperature of the lithium bromide solution, because the affinity of the lithium bromide at low temperature to absorb the water vapor. That's why we reduce the temperature of lithium bromide. So we use the heat exchanger between pump and absorber. And why we use pump? To supply the lithium bromide to absorber. Okay, guys, this is the complete cycle of lithium bromide absorption refrigeration system. Okay, clear? Thank you so much.